Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, welcome. My name is Jordie James, and thank you so much for joining me for the next 15 minutes. I just want to chat today. It's really interesting because the first thing I asked you was that I asked Spirit, what am I going to talk about today? And it was really interesting because the first word that jumped out, they literally shouted out to me, was trust. So trusting in things can be a little bit daunting in a sense where we sort of get to a point where we just don't know if we should trust that or trust this or trust ourselves or who to trust. And it's really interesting over the last couple of years. A lot of light has been shed on a lot of different things, and I'm not getting into anything like that. But the biggest thing that I feel they want me to talk about today is trust in self. So I did pull some cards, and the cards I'm using are the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid. I love this woman. She's amazing. And I love how she works and her oracles, and it blows me away, the stuff that comes out with these cards. So it was really interesting. The two cards that came out, well, the first one was Compass, and then the second one was Sacred Pool. Now, it was interesting enough because I always look at the foundation card or the bottom card of the deck as well, and that was One Ring Circus. So as you can see, it was quite an interesting working on the word trust that Spirit gave me just before I jumped on. They've given me these three cards, but the specific thing is, at this present moment, a lot of us who are healers, empaths, or very sensitive are dealing with what's been happening over the last couple of years. So we've got to try and find our inner compass and center and ground. But in saying that, we find our compass, but we need things to find and help us with that as well, which is the sacred pool. So the sacred pool is our knowledge, our connection to universe, to source, to God, to spirit. And it's really important to know that when we are connected and we are grounded in that sacred pool, we then are able to hear spirit. We're able to hear our loved ones even, and our guides and our higher self. But if our compass is a little bit off and we're feeling quite human, which is what we've been over the last, I wouldn't be surprised, over the last month, it's really important to sit back and find that inner compass and find that sacred pool that gives you joy, that gives you those goosies, that gives you that awareness of energy that is healing and it's all around us. And for me, trust in our own compass, trusting in our own beliefs, who we are. It doesn't mean that we have our points of view, but opinions are different. Opinions are so different to points of view. So trust and be in your good faith of who you are, and trust your compass. Trust your true north. Don't be swayed by other people. Yes, definitely listen, but don't take on what you don't feel serves you to your greatest need or your greatest good. So I just want to say that was probably the reason why they gave me the word trust, is for us to trust what we need, what we like. You might be thirsty. Okay, I trust I'm thirsty. I need to have water. I'm hungry. Oh, hang on a second. Am I hungry or am I thirsty? So these little things just give you a little bit more boost in trusting your own intuitiveness and knowing that your biorhythms can change, and we've just got to trust that change and that growth, and trust in the wisdom that we have within ourselves, which is the sacred pool. But we've first got to understand our compass and make sure we are centered and grounded first before we move into that space. So I will leave those words with you. I hope that makes sense with you all. And I have beautiful Joy from Southington in Connecticut. Hi, Joy. How are you going?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Would you like me to go with what's going on around you, which is psychic, or mediumship, which is connecting with loved ones?
What's going on around me? Okay. Can we do connecting with loved ones?
Most definitely,
Sure,
because I was going to say, If I was going to go intuitively with you, I was going to say, well, I've got someone here. So as much as I want to give you information, I've got a funny feeling this lady is definitely wanting to step forward for you, Joy. So I'll just explain who I have or describe who I have. The lady, I feel, as she steps forward with me, I know that she wouldn't command attention. She would definitely be there, but she wouldn't be very strong in going, I'm here. I know that there's a gentleness around her, but she's also quite firm. I know there's a firmness around her, but I don't feel like she commanded attention. Now, also, I know this lady would have been about 5'2", maybe 5'3". I don't feel like she was very tall. And I also, as she's coming through a bit more, she's got this gorgeous smile. She wants to talk about her smiling, and you can see her teeth. So I don't know if she had issues with teeth or issues with her mouth, but I want to acknowledge this. Would this make sense to you, darling?
Yeah, it does make sense to me.
Thank you. And I do feel like this is mum or grandmother, but I feel like I want to talk about mum, but I don't know if it's mum, but I just want to talk about mum. So if this lady might be connected to her, would you understand this?
I think it's mom. Mom just passed.
Oh, bless. And it's really interesting as she steps forward that she doesn't command. Oh, can't you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't feel like she commands attention, but she definitely wants to know people, being around people. Does that make sense? Like, she doesn't ask for attention, but when she's there, she likes to be talked to. She likes to be chatted to. She's a really good chatterbox once you got her going. Would you understand this?
Right. Yeah.
Thank you. And the biggest thing with her is she just wants to say thank you. She wants to talk about the peacefulness of it, even though that she was struggling. But can I just say, she's got the best teeth ever. She's just wanting to talk about how her smile is full of teeth. So I don't know if there was issues with that.
I can't hear you again.
Oh, sorry about that. Is that better? Okay.
No.
Would you understand the teeth with her as well? And her mouth, Joy? I'm just going to keep going, Joy. So please keep watching or come back to it, because she just wants to say that she's smiling at you and she thanks you for the music. She wants to talk about selecting music and always making sure it was to her taste. There was also something here as well with her, Joy, that she just wants to acknowledge. She wants to cup your face and go, it's okay, I'm with family. It was really important to let you know that she was with family and she was not alone as well. She wants to acknowledge she wasn't alone. There was actually a gentleman that actually greeted her as well. She's talking about September. So, Joy, I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I can hear you now.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Thank you. I just thought, I didn't know if I lost you or not, so I just gave you a lot of information. But she's just absolutely, like, she's divine. I do feel like she's got this beautiful, I want to go Southern type of hospitality as well, because she's very genuine in looking after people too. Would that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you. And are you one of 4 children?
Yes.
Thank you. And she's also talking about 5 as well, but I don't know where the 5 is.
I actually am one of 5, yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. But she's wanting to talk about the 4 of you as well. So I just want to acknowledge this. She's giving me goose pimples. She's very much aware of this work as well. She had a lot of faith, or she believed there was something here that she knew that I was going to be okay. So she just wants to acknowledge that she's okay.
Good.
The other thing too is, I know she didn't drive, but she loves being in the car because she loves looking at things and just watching people go by. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Thank you. And for you now, darling, is to step up. You need not to jump in her shoes, but you need to step up and speak your truth, speak your mind. She wants you to know that she's behind you and you're not taking over her shoes. She doesn't want you to do that, but she wants you to speak from your heart space and don't get in. She's telling me that you like to get in your head a little bit, not worry, but just get in your head and overthink. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your mum is just absolutely gorgeous. You would understand the August reference with birthday celebration anniversary?
August?
Yes.
Hers? I didn't hear the question.
Okay. Would you understand August as a birthday celebration anniversary?
For her? No, not for her.
Okay, I just want to acknowledge this around the family because I do feel like there's a bit of a celebration or a bit of a connection there. But I just want to, and I do want to say September as well. So I don't know what that makes sense with, whether or not it
there's
was.
family members with those months.
Okay, perfect. Because she just wants to make sure that you know that she's here. The other thing too is I do feel like I want to say, that she's back to her full strength again because she's acknowledging that she lost a lot of body strength or body stuff going on around her. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Thank you. And yeah, but she definitely doesn't want you to take over things that would be what she would have done, if that makes sense, because I do feel like she was a bit of a matriarch for the family.
Yeah, she was.
Thank you. And she also wants to say, don't be surprised if photos jump out at you.
If what?
It's like a photo or photos jump off the shelf just to let you know that she's around.
Okay.
All right. But she wants to give you the biggest love and the biggest hug. And she wants to say a really appreciated thank you for what you did for her the last 24, 48 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, darling. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with your mum. She's absolutely gorgeous. Blessings and hugs, everyone. I just want to give you a hug. I just want to give you a hug and I can't, but I'm giving you a virtual hug. I'm giving you a virtual hug, beautiful.
Okay, I'll give it back to you. Thank you.
And thank you. Thanks, Joy. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Blessings and hugs, and I will chat to you next week. Bye for now.